Hey guys, it's Daniela, and this week's theme on WowzerfyingSquad is kind of a tradition, and it's 6 years of WowzerfyingSquad. Yep, that's correct. This week, it has officially been 6 whole years since our collab channel officially started. I cannot believe I'm saying that. That is crazy. And the reason why I said this week's theme is a tradition is because every year this week we have this theme, X Years of WowzerfyingSquad. And this year it's 6. So that is crazy. I cannot believe it. Time has flown by and so many things have changed. And it's just crazy. And the WowzerfyingSquad was formerly known as 7 Wowzerfying Girls. And a few years ago, with things changing in the collab channel world, and with now having a more diverse lineup of members, we changed the name and rebranded it to WowzerfyingSquad. So we are now WowzerfyingSquad, and that's been our name for about 2.5 years now, I think. Yeah. So so now it's been 6 years since our channel started. That is crazy. And I don't know if you've watched my videos in previous years kind of similar to this, but there's a bit of a story of how this channel was born. So if you didn't know, I was actually one of the original creators of this channel, and I'm one of the managers. And this channel was originally created by me and my friend Rena. And unfortunately, Rena is no longer associated with the channel. She has kind of moved on to other things. So I still decided to decided to manage it, and now I manage it with some other faces that you've seen on this channel. So I manage it with Laura and a few other people on the channel. Laura has been with us the longest out of everyone, next to me, and she has helped me manage the channel. And I also want to give some credit to Marissa, who's also another one of our managers, and she does a lot of behind the scenes work and gives a lot of suggestions to improve our channel, and she's been really helpful. And our other manager, Uma, who has done some of the uploads some of the videos. And yeah, so I want to give shout outs to all of the managers who have been so helpful. And Rena, who I don't know if she's watching this, but if you're watching this, even though you have kind of passed on your responsibilities, I want to give a shout out to Rena, who originally created the channel with me and was managing it for me for the first, I want to say 2 or 3 years, I think, before making the decision to move on. And she is currently focused on other things, like school and just personal life and all that. And yeah, but basically the story of how our channel started, me and Rena both, at the time, we were really into the sax channels, which if you watch our channel, you probably know what the sax channels were, but if you don't, they were basically the most popular collab channels on YouTube. Unfortunately, something really unfortunate happened a few years ago that I'm not going to get into because it's not my place, and this really isn't the video for it, but something unfortunate happened, and the Sax channels unfortunately had to come to an end. But this channel was inspired by the Sax channels, and one day I was sitting at school, and I've probably told this story, so I'm sorry if you've heard it a million times, but just in case you haven't heard it, I was sitting at school one day, and this was during lunch, and I was just kind of minding my own beeswax, you know. I was just eating my lunch, watching YouTube, doing whatever, and just kind of minding my own beeswax, and all of a sudden, I got this idea. And that idea was, what if I started a collab channel? And I immediately knew that it had to be called 7 Wowzerfying Girls, because I kind of made up this word, wowzerfying, that kind of came from this word wowzers. I used to say, oh my wowzers, a lot, and I still do sometimes, but I used to say it so much. And I would say something was wowzerfying, you know, when something was cool or something like that. And so initially, that was the first thing that came to my mind. Like, I need to start a collab channel, and I need to call it 7 Wowzerfying Girls. So I texted my friend Rena, and I told her all about the idea, and she was like, yes, we need to do this. Let's do it. And so that day after school, I came home and we created the channel, and it was born. 7 Wowzerfying Girls, now known as WowzerfyingSquad, was born. And yeah, and we were so excited. We started planning things immediately. We started planning, like, we started planning so many themes. Like, we had a whole list of themes, and we came up with like 3 years of themes. Like, I'm not even kidding. We had such a long list. And we planned out like more immediate things, like which week we were going to have introductions, which was this week 6 years ago. And 2 days after the channel was created, we had our auditions video, like the video where we announced holding auditions, we had uploaded that. And yeah, and we got so many auditions, way more than we were expecting. Like, this channel, it wasn't nearly as popular as the Sax channels, but it definitely grew way faster than we thought it would. Like, it hit 100 subscribers like in 2 weeks. Like, that, we didn't expect that to happen. That was it was kind of crazy, like how many auditions we were getting. We got so many auditions. Like, we didn't think we were going to get that many auditions, but we did. And during the time we were holding auditions, this was, I just come home and I just gone on break for the holidays. So during the time we were holding auditions, I was visiting family in Puerto Rico. And yeah, basically when I wasn't, you know, with my family or doing things that you do while you're on vacation, I was on video call with Rena talking about stuff about our collab channel. And yeah, and so we picked 7 girls to be on the channel, and then this week, 6 years ago, their introductions were posted, and it was so exciting. It was so exciting to see our channel come to life, and it went from a random idea that I had one day at school to something that was actually real. And it's crazy, and it's obviously changed so much since then. And like, our channel used to be we used to do way more skits, and now we do kind of more lifestyle videos, and I actually still do skits sometimes. The skits that I do mainly involve my new character, Karen, Manager Karenson, and I also kind of want to tell the story of how that character came to be, because Karen, Manager Karenson is a relatively new character, but she has become one of my favorite characters to play, if I'm being honest. Throughout the years that I've made YouTube videos, I've made so many skits, especially because I watched the Sax channels, and in recent years I haven't made as many skits as I used to, because, you know, I've kind of grown up, and and with that my content has definitely evolved, but I still like to go back to my roots and make skits, which is why I make a lot of skits featuring Karen Manager Karenson. And basically that character came to be because one day I realized, you know, I need to have a Karen character, you know, with all this Karen stuff like emerging, especially with, you know, everything that's happened in the last almost 2 years, you know, and with a lot of people who, you know, refuse to wear masks, and, you know, all those Karen freak out videos you see on YouTube. I decided I wanted to make a character inspired by that. You know, it's like perfect for the times that we're in, and I think it would be funny. And Karen is definitely she's definitely said a lot of controversial things, which is why at the beginning of every Karen video I always make the disclaimer that it's completely a skit made for entertainment and to not take anything seriously, because Karen is just meant to be a funny character, to just kind of, you know, be relatable for the times, and she's not meant to be taken seriously. And I have grown up, and I don't do as many of the skits that are catered to children as I used to, but I still like to go back to my roots sometimes. So I created Karen Manager Karenson so I can still make skits, but I can still make skits that but they're not completely, I mean, children can watch them, but it's not completely directed at children, you know. In one of my recent videos, that being said, I also brought back one of my OG characters, Bratty Ursula, who is a child. She's a bratty 6.5-year-old. She's always been 6.5 years old. I actually started playing Bratty Ursula a long time ago, and even from day one, she was 6.5 years old. She never ages, apparently. If she did age, I've actually done the math, she would be about 13 years old now, but for the sake of her character, she's still 6.5, because she's supposed to be a bratty kid who her mom describes as a perfect little angel, but in reality, she's not that at all. She's a brat, and I am her babysitter. And I haven't played Bratty Ursula as much recently, again, because I have grown up, and I kind of have, you know, grown out of like acting like a brat, which I don't actually act like that, or I didn't even act like that when I was 6.5 years old. I only act that way when I'm playing Bratty Ursula, but it's just acting. It's not actually me or representing. I like to think I wasn't a bratty kid, but I've kind of, you know, grown out of that, so that's why I haven't played Bratty Ursula as much as I used to. But I decided recently I wanted to kind of you know, go back to some good old times and bring back one of my favorite characters, and I thought it would be cool to make a video where Bratty Ursula and Karen Manager Karenson join forces because they're both villains in their own very different ways. They're very different types of villains, but they're both villains. You know, Bratty Ursula, she's a brat who always wants to get her own way. And Karen Manager Karenson, she's a Karen, obviously, and she's a mom. One of these days, I want to introduce her kids in one of my videos. I think that would be cool. But yeah, she is a mom who, she's a soccer mom. Her kids play soccer. She's a PTA mom, and she's an anti-vaxxer, of course, and an anti-masker, and she refuses to wear a mask in a store and on an airplane or wherever, and always has to, you know, speak her mind about it. So I thought it would be cool to have the two villains join forces. And that was a fun video to film, let me tell you. I had a lot of fun filming that video. I do feel bad though for my neighbors because I filmed that video in my apartment, and I don't think my neighbors really appreciated hearing me scream as Bratty Ursula. My past Bratty Ursula videos I filmed in my house, and at least my family, you know, understands that I'm playing a character. But I do feel bad for my neighbors who I share a wall with. But that video was fun to film, and that video, I love how that video turned out. Another one of my favorite Karen videos that I filmed recently was where she refuses to wear a mask on an airplane, and so she is what I call an air Karen. And basically an air Karen is my term for someone who refuses to wear a mask on an airplane or acts like a Karen on an airplane and gets kicked off. And they would rather cancel their vacation or their trip because they would rather do that than wear a mask. That's basically an air Karen. And that video was a lot of fun to film and edit too. I really liked editing that video. I put a lot of effort into making it actually realistic and making it seem like it was actually on an airplane. I even put like the cabin noise that you hear when you walk on a plane. The whole scene took place before the plane took off, so I didn't use the actual engine noise of the airplane. But you know, when you walk on an airplane, you board the plane, like you hear that cabin noise, you know. Yeah, I even included that in the video, and I really liked making that video. It was a lot of fun, and it turned out really well. But yeah, that whole character came about because I figured it was quite fitting for the times, and it also gave me a reason to look for a Karen wig on Amazon, and boy, did I find a Karen wig. Like, Amazon did not disappoint when it came to finding a Karen wig. Like, literally, like, the name of the product was Karen wig. Like, that's what it was literally called. So it was meant for Karen Manager Karenson. Yeah. So with all that being said, I cannot believe it's been 6 years since this channel started. This video is probably super long, so I'm sorry if I rambled, which I did ramble, so I'm sorry for rambling. I don't know how long this video is, but yeah, it's been 6 years since this channel started, and that's crazy. That's honestly so crazy. I was 14 years old when this channel started. That was 6 years ago. Fun fact, I was actually 13 years old when the channel was created. but I turned 14 soon after. It was during actually the same day that the channel hit 100 subscribers was the day I turned 14. Fun fact. Yeah. So anyways, that is pretty much it. I'm gonna conclude this video here because it's probably long enough. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you guys want to be a good candidate for a shout out in my next video, then make sure to comment down below what has been your favorite one of my Karen videos that I've made. So yeah, anyways, that is pretty much it. Don't forget to have a wowzerfying day filled with lots of wowzerness, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all.